Well, it's still February 6th, Saturday night. Just got back. Um, it was a reasonable turnout. Probably about 25 people or so. About maybe 10 there by choice. Just guessing. But still, it was a okay meeting. It's kind of, you know, as organized as it usually is. This one was a little bit less than. But, people come in from different points in their life and are doing the best they can with what they got. Some are trying more than others. Some are getting better results than others based on how much they're trying and how honest they're being. I'm surprised by one that when they showed up, even then, but it was like, but I heard a really good, honest share tonight that was surprising. I mean, I'd heard, potential just along the way, but then tonight it seemed like some of it just kind of came together, and they had I don't know, it might have been something that, they've been realizing all along, but then it came together and I heard them say it, and I could hear it. A little personal revelation, and so it was kind of cool. So anyway, not much has changed. Tomorrow's Sunday, 7th. And I don't really have anything going on. I don't have any plans. I won't be doing anything. I probably will go to a meeting tomorrow because, oh yeah, well, it'll be the Super Bowl, so I will be going to a meeting for all the people that don't really have a choice, but to go to a meeting. They don't have the luxury or option of whatever of, because I guess people would choose to watch the Super Bowl. As silly as that sounds to me, people would actually want to watch the Super Bowl. Whereas me, it's like a choice between going to a meeting or not. Like I'd do anything else. I'd do this over, or like watching YouTube or writing. But watch the Super Bowl? That sounds like painful. Why would anybody want to watch the Super Bowl? So anyway, but there are probably a lot of people that will be going to a meeting tomorrow that don't want to be going to a meeting at all, let alone they rather be watching the Super Bowl. So tomorrow I'll be going to the meeting just to show that other people are doing this, that they can too. But of course, I'm not going to be complaining about, oh no, I'm missing the Super Bowl, because I wouldn't be watching it anyway, and I have no interest in it at all. I have an anti-interest, a complete rejection of the whole thing. It's like, I don't know, what is an anti-interest? But I cannot undo the Super Bowl, so it doesn't exist. It does exist, and I accept that. So don't mind me. So anyway, I guess I didn't really have anything to say. I don't know. It seems to be like a continuing thing. People are so fascinated and seem to be kind of, what is with the hair? I don't understand. People are just, it shouldn't be a thing. Why is it a thing? Other people have long hair. Why is it weird for me to have long hair? Is it because people used to know me? But been around this entire time as it's been growing. It's not like all of a sudden I woke up and it's like been happening this whole time. So I don't get it. It's like other people have long hair. Other men have long hair, guys, whatever. So why is it strange for me, or people seem to, note it on me and like comment and stuff? I don't understand. And I don't like the attention, but I'm keeping the hair. And it's like, I'll cut it when I feel like it, but that hasn't occurred to me yet. So anyway, it happened again. It happened during the day today, and it happened just at the meeting. It's like people comment about the hair, and it's not like negative. Of course, my supervisor tried to make fun of me yesterday about it, but I took it as a compliment because I misunderstood. And then I realized, oh, he was trying to make fun of me, the whole, homosexuality thing, where, people like to, anybody have long hair, like, oh, so it just really just looks bad for him. Anybody that just tries to make those general globalized associations, and it's just kind of sad. But I do work at the meat department at the local grocery store, so the back room is kind of like a locker room. So I try to stay out of there because it's a lot of manly talk, and it's like I just don't care. I just really don't care. And it's like, they want to talk macho and chauvinistic and masculine stuff, and I just don't have the patience, I guess, for it, or I really just don't care. I'm there to do a job and then get out. I'm not there to be popular. I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there for conversation. If that's what it's like. So anyway, I didn't appreciate it after I realized, because it took me a little bit to realize that they're trying to make fun of me. And so it hurts. But I also thought that maybe they were trying to include me in like the banter, which I don't get. Like where they're making fun of each other, and it's like they're including me, and it's like making fun of me as part of a way to help me, which I don't understand. But I don't really associate or talk to them very much at all anyway, so it's okay. And I don't seek their counsel or their conversation or their approval. And, I just try to keep it casual and as minimal contact as possible. So, that's what I do. I just don't really have any interest in them, the people at work. There are some people at work that, they're interesting. But none of the guys that are at the meat department, I don't have any interest in knowing them or getting to know them. They have nothing interesting about them that I really wish to know any more about, their family lives or social lives or friends or what's going on for them personally. I get a sense enough that it's like, yeah, they're not my cup of tea. I haven't even really figured out what that is, but when I just get a sense of people, it's like, I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. I guess what really catches my attention is the way people talk, and that kind of gives me a sense of how they think, and it's really that's what gets my interest is and also people's attitude. If they have a creative attitude, a vibrant attitude, something within that shines, or even if it's just a nurturing, giving attitude, or just a welcoming attitude, but just something je ne sais quoi. got some noise going on over there. I think my neighbor has a new girlfriend or something, and they might have kids, because I heard some trampling up and down the halls. And I guess that's what kids do, is they trample. I don't understand children. Apparently I was one for a while. I don't remember it very well. But I remember being shorter. So, anyway, I do have memories of childhood. So, I remember quite a bit. And there's actual photographic evidence, too. So, yeah, I was a kid. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I was a strange child. Oh my gosh. Knowing what I know now, it's like looking back at the photos and how awkward and just kind of out of place. It's like, yeah, that a lot, the whole, being autistic, that makes a lot more sense nowadays. Just looking at myself, and it's like amongst everybody else, it's like, get out of here. So, but we didn't know, or at least, and I still remember, this is only a couple months ago, and I read that one writing I did, and I accidentally referenced myself, something about autistic or autism, and when I was reading, it was in the middle, and I got all the way to the end, like 10 minutes of reading from my mom, and I was like, I read through and I accidentally said I didn't catch it in time, but I read through it, and I was like, I didn't pause either, I just kept going. I was like, oh, I hope she didn't notice that. I got to the end of the reading, and she was like, I never thought of you as autistic. And I was like, oh, God. I read that entire reading, and she, of course, picked out the word. It's like, so it's like, yeah, it seemed like, people knew. But it just wasn't something that was ever going to get diagnosed or done anything with. It was just like, just throw them in there with regular population, with the regular kids, with other kids, he'll be okay. And for the most part, I was, except for the, horrible, well, at least I thought it was pretty horrible, the point where I just shut down and didn't want to go to school, and didn't want to socialize, and was bullied for not understanding social games, social hierarchies, structures, conversation. I didn't understand all the stuff. It seemed like everybody else knew what they were doing, but I didn't. So I was just imitating everybody all the time, trying to blend in, camouflage, looking for whoever was the leader and trying to, emulate or, do whatever, which never really worked out. So, I don't know. That's a whole different thing. I'm not going to go into it. Nowadays, I get to just work on being myself. And I did think of a joke, which I didn't tell today, but I thought about, was, when you're getting into recovery and getting into sobriety and living for the first time, possibly, in your entire adult life, honestly, I tell you get to work on being yourself. And then you have people that are like, no, not like that. That's the joke. No one can tell you how being yourself is like, so you can't be judged. So it's like me, this is me being myself. No one can tell me I'm being myself wrong. I mean, there's things I can work on or whatever, but, I can't be myself wrong. Unless I'm somehow lying to myself about something. I don't know. And people seem to convince that they want to convince you that there is something wrong with you when there's nothing wrong with you, so that they can help you be more like how they want you to be for them. So anyway, it's like I am not here to be who somebody else wants me to be for them, so I shouldn't have to change myself, unless it's something for about compromise or cooperation or communication or collaboration. And that was the other joke I thought of, that, when faced with something, it's like, oh yeah, compromise, that's a great idea, as long as you do all of it. That's the joke, because it kind of defeats the purpose of a compromise. It's because, it's mutual. So, it's not a very good joke, but it's a joke. Because a lot of people, they really enjoy the idea, the concept of a lot of things, as long as they're not the ones that have to do anything. So, and that's the other thing that I like, that attracts me to people, are the people that actually do things. They don't just talk about it or talk about other people doing it. They do it themselves. They take the initiative, they do it themselves, they show that they're doing it themselves, and encourage others. If it's something that they believe in themselves, they are part of the solution. They're not just pointing out the problem, they're doing something about it. Being an active participant in the solution, instead of just complaining or, whining about the state of things. Actually being vocal and a person of action. So that I like too. Initiative. Gotta love that initiative. So anyway, it was a good meeting tonight. I did notice, because I wasn't there yesterday because I slept a long time. I slept almost all the way to midnight yesterday for some reason. I was tired. But then today I made sure, I was like, I thought about not going. But then when I went, it's like, I got there. And it's like, I'm just always, not to sound like how it's going to sound, but it sounds that way. It just feels like a little bit of minor celebrity or something. It's like, well, that's natural. If you show up at a place for years and you're like one of the ones with the most amount of practice, and you talk pretty good, then people start to associate you and develop that reputation. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I can't. I'm just good at staying sober, and I'm good at talking. So, I mean, it's taken years, so it's not like anything happened overnight. And I'm just naturally inclined to do this or something, I don't know. But other people have their thing too. So, to my understanding, like anybody that said that, I just figured that anybody can do this. This is just talking. And then the whole thing about not really caring, and then just putting it up, and it's like, whatever. People can think whatever they're going to think. People are free to think whatever they're going to think, because they're going to think it anyway. And me, it's like, this is all anonymous, so it's like, what do I care? So, I mean, this is all true. I have nothing really to hide. What? So, anyway, I'm just trying to make fun of myself here. Because, and that's the other joke I like too. The person that learns to make fun of themselves never runs out of material. So, yeah, I've got lots of material to work with. And I'm building on it every day. And this is becoming like an archive. It's I was thinking another thought about this is becoming a memory palace, an online memory palace, sort of, for me. To me, it's like this will not make sense unless you're me. Well, it might make sense to other people. I don't know. But the memory palace. I remember I forget his name, something Prendergast, from Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child series of books. This one was called A Still Life with Crows, I think. And he's like an FBI agent. And he talks about his memory palace. And that's where I think I first heard the concept. And he talks about traveling the hallways and things like that. And, yeah. It's a very nice thought. The structures and the memories. So, anyway, I guess I don't really have any more to say. Not tonight. Naturally, I'll have more later as things happen. Life keeps on happening. Things keep developing. And I just keep showing up. Things still don't make sense, but that's like me saying that I think that someday they will make sense. I don't think that day is going to happen, and things all of a sudden all make sense. There's moments where things make sense, like realizing that but even that wasn't like, well, actually it was. That when like autistic, that kind of hit all at once. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there was other like debilitating, crippling almost emotional realizations um, that have gotten to me, like in a good way. But then there have also been some that got me in a bad way too. So I guess it all kind of balances out. But I'm still here. So anyway, yeah. I guess that's all I got. I'm trying to see if I can have anything else, but because sometimes I'll turn this off and I'll think of something else to say, and it's like, oh, well, anyway, I'm going to turn this off now. So, got a busy Sunday tomorrow, and see what the day brings. All right, good night.